And we're back with Richard Reviews. Today we're reviewing a book for richardreviews.com/GriffinChestnut/richardreviewsbookreviews.com here on YouTube. This is Richard's YouTube page titled Griffin Chestnut. Here you can find all his reviews, everything he has a say on, which can be chosen from the Wikipedia page that these countries are listed in. Today we're reviewing a book. This is Richard's book. This book is titled South of the Border, West of the Sun by Haruki Murakami. Right off the bat, let's just say Richard is a huge fan of Haruki Murakami. Richard has read his entire bibliography, and all of his reviews are here posted on his YouTube page, Griffin Chestnut. Richard was a huge fan of this book. This book was pretty short, but Richard still loved it. He thought it was a beautiful piece, and even though it's 20 years since it's been written, Richard still finds that the remains of this book are very relevant to today's society in terms of getting a proper burial for your loved ones. Now, it's a short piece, but we're going to look into the piece on its own. As you can see, the piece is a clean cut piece from north to south, as you can tell the length of it. It's not that long, as you can see. We're going to look at the page count real quick to give you an accurate number. And we're going to round off at 200 right here. Okay, this is translated into English, as you can see. It's a clean copy, though, nice and clean. The cream from each end is nice and clean. There's a little brim wall on the side. This is just from wear and tear. Richard bought this book in 2014, and he completed it in the year 2014 also, I believe. A few creams along the brim wall, nothing too negotiable, but overall it's a clean cut. Even on the bottom, little nip, but you can't tell. This nip is not that bad. And some solid cream wall over here. This book is a beautiful book about a long lost lover from high school, and he ultimately does find healthy food and fresh air when he thinks and talks about her. He tries to delve into his misery, the main character, getting out of his short story from his narration. This author, Murakami, truly brings out the special and broad fresh air of reading a novel or a short story of his. Now, he grew up in Japan, but he resided for a while in the United States. That's not to say that that is the reason why Richard is a big fan of Murakami. Richard just has read his entire bibliography and continues to be involved in everything that Murakami can show for. This book is nothing short of magical. It is your classic, whimsical Murakami piece. There are some elements that play into his previous works as well, such as small villages, tiny little knots, talking cats, pop music, command of Jewish nature, and of course, wells. Murakami is known for putting the depth in the well and the well in the depth. Now, if we continue to look at the piece, we're going to look inside. You can tell it's a clean piece. Let's give a shout out to the page count. Here we have a United States of America $12 and Canadian $17.95. So Richard bought this at $12 since he's not a Canadian citizen. And, once again, Richard made off with a steal. It's just a steal of a bargain. He does fantastic work in terms of getting the job done and really, fixated on the masterful piece that he can bring into the United States of America. This is part of Richard's collection, which is formulated by his entire stance. Richard started his broad, packful annihilation between different lives of people in the landscape of the region. This can also bring into some Kant views, which are a little bit conflicting if you're used to reading Central Asia works or anything in the Ural Mountains. This is one of Murakami's most beautiful pieces, and you can tell from the start as we open the book and we look inside, here is Murakami himself. Okay, let's get a close-up of him. There he is. That's Murakami. He is in pure black and white. You see a little blue in the video, but that's not Murakami. He is in pure black and white. Okay? This is your detailed analysis of such human being and the brimwall critique of the rest of the book. Now, if we continue on, Richard would be very proud. Richard thought that everything else, including the actual writing style in this book, fell right into Murakami's arms. Okay? Now, if you look over here, you can see Murakami writing. There are several options here, the man said. I'm not joking. Whatever I feel like doing, believe me, I can do. Okay, so this is a reference on page 63. This is perfect Murakamiism. Murakamiism is portrayed gently in this book, and it's a fantastic piece. Not his longest piece and not his shortest, but nonetheless a fantastic Murakami piece. This goes to show you, if you think it's true, look it up online, and if it's on Wikipedia, you cannot be too certain. It's recommended from Laura, and this is basically Svetlana Aligeskin, who is Richard's mentor in 1994. Richard worked a little bit out of New York, being from the United States himself, and he gave this book high praise. So this is Richard's review here on YouTube. This is South of the Border, West of the Sun by Haruki Murakami. Thanks for watching, and check out the rest of Richard Reviews videos here on YouTube. Thank you.